Hey there, welcome back to the table. We are continuing our very precarious mission here. We have no supplies. We, I looked ahead and know that if we try to immediately exit the planet, that it's not going to be a good outcome. So I'm risking losing all my crew members to save one crew member. And I think okay, so I think the most important thing here is it would have been just nice to know that if we leave the planet, we can never come back, because that alone would have prompted me. I need to find that unique discovery, right? So if I just knew that one piece of information, that's enough to make me say, okay, let's explore the planet before we leave. Technically, the game doesn't even tell you that much, so it does put me in a weird spot where there is this temptation of, oh, we're out of supplies, let's get out of here. So I am committing to exploring, and so I move the recon officer. He has spent 2 of his dice. Remember, there are no supplies, although I will get some very soon. So yeah, we're running on Steam here. But the good news is that I think, between us having 9 dice and all this other stuff, we might do better than we think. So it is the science officer's turn, and once again I got the same dilemma of getting the eyeball. But with the science officer, that is an easy task because we have an eyeball die. So let's go ahead and roll that. And sure enough, I rolled the eyeball. Perfect. So I'm going to put that in there. So we gain a live specimen lead, and we refresh one die used in this check, which is the eyeball. So the lead is the 2, which is excellent. So I put that up. And now we get to go anywhere on the board. Now this is the more interesting question, is where do I want to go? I can't go straight to here, but I can go to there, the 9 spot, and then eventually move to here. That's one thing. Or I could go here to 416, and we don't know what that's going to give us. Or I can go here, which gives us strange flora leads. And then it gets replaced with card P171. So I don't know what P171 does for us, but that is an interesting location. And probably one of the only locations that we might get, if we were to go there, we might actually get the unique discovery. So, unfortunate part, well, I do have the science and I have the pickaxe, so I am equipped to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go to number 4 because I know what I'm getting into. So that was the first action. So now I'm here, and then the second action, I'm going to expend a blue basic and then flip this over, and it gives us 2 supply. So I now have supply back on the board. I know I don't have a lander board, so I don't know exactly how that works, but I'm going to give myself 2 supply. It's a weird rule. Since there is no lander board, does that mean you can't ever gain any supplies? I don't know. I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to use the lander board to keep track of it. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. So his turn's over. We got to draw an event. I think, yeah, we did an event last time. This does match. So I may sacrifice a die and roll this to gain 2 supplies. Holy cow. So now the question of can we really get supplies is a really great question. All right, let me pause. I'm going to look in the rulebook and see if there's anything that it says. Okay, so the rules do say that the supplies are part of your lander board. And since the lander is, quote, damaged, we don't have a lander board anymore. So from inference, then you can conclude there are no supplies. Now it does say that the supplies could be on the planet board. And so I looked real quick, because the planet board has a spot for the success tokens, because those are normally on the lander. The rules specifically said that the discoveries go on your player board, so that's sort of like a rule-breaking thing. that we get to do. So I'm going to rule then that we really don't get to have supplies. And then I'm just opening the shipboard to flip over the Dragonfly card, because if it's damaged, see, the repair cost is 1 alien tech discovery. So I don't know when exactly we do repairs. There we go. That's part of our hangar step, is we can do some repairs. So yeah, I'm going to retcon this. I don't think we can flip over the that equipment to get supplies. So I'm going to have to... Well, we got an action. I just don't know what that action is yet. So let me get the dice back, and I got to pause 1 second. Okay, that's done. I moved the die back. We actually still have an action left, even though... And that also means that the event card, I'm not going to try to gain some supplies since I have nowhere to store them. So I'm going to assume I can't get supplies. But I do still have an action, and you have to do a special action to leave that zone. So I can't do another special action, so I got to do something else. So what is that something else going to be? The only thing you can do is rest or what's that term called? Prepare or travel. So I don't want to travel yet, so we'll prepare. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards. I'm shuffling because she's out of cards. And then we will go ahead and draw one. And I got the discard discovery to gain one, which actually could help us to achieve our goals here. Actually, I'm sitting on 4 cards, so I got to get rid of a few here too. So I'm going to get rid of these 2. Actually, what I should have done is since I was at 4 cards, one of these should have been gone. So this one would have been gone. And then on my turn, yeah, I already have one of those, so now I got another one. I can't discard a discovery yet because I don't have them back. We do have a live specimen, but that's the one we wanted. So, anyways, there we go. Now we have our 3 cards for the next time. Security officer's turn. I need an eyeball. I don't have an eyeball with this particular one. So that means I would be rolling a stranger danger die. So I will go ahead and do that. We're just going to roll 1. I could just roll a red and a green. That would accomplish the same thing, because I don't necessarily need the live specimen lead. If I do succeed at this, I get the dice back. Oh, this is a tougher choice. I'm going to keep the stranger danger die, and we're going to roll the basic die. Yeah, we're just going to do these. So there's a green, and there's a crap. So this one lets me reroll red die. So let's do that. And there we go. We got our red plus a green. So we do succeed. I don't get the dice back, though, like in the other case. And so we don't get the live specimen lead, but we do get to go to another sector. 2, 4, 5, 6, or 9. I'm going to go ahead and go to... Let's go to 5. So now we're going to do log 416. One second, I'm getting texted. Okay, here we go. We're doing 416.
Away team, exploration report 6-1C.
The holes belch flame and exhaust gases that turn this place into a furnace. We can't move any closer. But it seems the mound mites hate the heat even more than we do. They do not dare approach, making it the only safe, if uncomfortable, place to rest.
All right, P075. I always have to make sure there's not more than one. So we got a treacherous campsite, so we can discard an injury die or draw a card. Yeah, and then if we rest here, we get all of our dice back. So that's great. We at least got it explored, but it's a useless sector for us. Definitely doesn't get us the unique discovery that we're looking for or hoping for. I'm guessing it's going to be this one because it looks like that's the hardest one to get to. So now we got Mr. Engineer's turn, and he does have a eyeball, but he also has an injury die. And this does not affect us, thank goodness. But that eyeball does. And so now we gotta discard a card to re-roll. So we're gonna do that real quick. And there we go. All right, and then I get the die back. So, oh, I forgot to do the event card for the security officer. Oh, security officer actually has another action to do. So his other action is he's going to move back. And it's a free move because of the crater. So he doesn't have to actually spend a die. And security officer is going to be back to the plateau. And then this is the event for the security officer. And the plateau has no biomes. So we're going to have to progress the time track by 1. Done. Now we do the engineer. Engineer got the eyeball. Live specimen lead is drawn. And we actually gain the live specimen. So we have the 4 that we're looking for. Assuming I get... Oh, look at this. We got an ultra rare. The Ancient Shapeshifter. When unloaded, you may discard this to exchange 1 die in each section's compartment with any dice available. That's not as good as just keeping it. So we're good to go there. Then we get to go to any sector. So of course we're going to go to sector 9, and there is a meteor. So this is at least 1 die is free to go here, and then we'll do log 114. Now we do have to get rid of a die, so I'm going to get rid of the red basic. That is a dice check. So somebody brought up that, or no, it's not a dice check. It's not a travel. It's not one of these symbols. So one thing that I keep forgetting to do that somebody brought up is even though the suit lets us move for free, it is a dice check. So if you have a wound, you still have to roll this and see if there's any consequences. That is a very fair and accurate point. So I got to be mindful of that. But this was not a dice check. This was exhaust 2 dice, which turned into exhaust 1 die because of our situation. Okay. All right, so we did the move. Now we got to do log 114. Okay, sorry. Hopefully that's the last time. I texted them to tell them to leave me alone. I'm recording. All right, here we go.
Away team, exploration report TF29.
When we reached the broken top of the mound, we noticed it was no longer deserted. We found fresh trails of mites leading into its depths. We followed, only to discover a large chamber full of old, dried-out larvae. The mites present in the chamber regurgitated some strange greenish substance into a pit in the middle of the room, taking great care not to waste a single drop. Then they submerged larvae in the substance, one by one. Remote scans show an extremely complex organic composition to the slime. Taking samples could be profitable, but risky.
Oh, we're going to take samples, for sure. Yes! We gained the unique discovery. We got the royal jelly. All right, so when you gain this card, each crew member refreshes 2 dice. The only unfortunate thing is I really don't have. The security officer had 2 dice that needed to be refreshed. The engineer only had 1. Oh, actually, the recon officer had 2 as well. So everybody but the science officer benefited from this. So yeah, there's no issue there. Want to make sure the camera's still working. My USB port beeped in my headphones. I have my charger plugged in so I can record longer today. I've basically been doing a marathon session here.
After action, incident report 96F.
We quickly learned our scent and appearance irritated the mites. Each time we met, they released pheromones that seemed to warn other mites of danger, and with every meeting, they grew increasingly aggressive. We knew it was only a matter of time before things turned ugly.
Is a marker in the final time track slot of the close encounter global condition. Oh, no, not even close. No.
The mites begin to notice our presence. We must tread lightly.
Okay, I see what's going on. They just did 148, and if you'll notice, this is 148, so we have a time limit before the mites find us. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the engineer's turn, and we're going to draw, and it is not a match, so we have to progress by 1, which is not good. We don't want this progressing too much. So we got a few more before Doomsday comes, but now it's the Recon's turn, and we got to get out of Dodge with the Recon. Now, I could put the zip line down, but I don't need to, because to do this is just a free move. I know it is a dice check, but I don't have an injury or anything crazy like that. But I got to get out of here is what I need to do. But I want to get our supplies back, our discoveries. So we're going to do the, we need a compass and a computer. I have the compass, but I don't have the computer. And so I'm going to roll these 2 dice, and then I'm going to add this one too. I basically accidents don't hurt me on this one, so I need a Vanguard to get that computer symbol, or otherwise I'm a little bit screwed here. And as you can see, I didn't get that. So I'm looking to see, I do have the ability to re-roll the green die, but not the blue one. And, oh, I get to re-roll all green dice, so let's do that. So it's the re-roll any number of green dice. I need to get both of these. And that is not good. Otherwise, I needed a shield and a DNA. Should I have added more dice? I didn't think about the possibility of losing, and I should have. Because I need to succeed at this. I absolutely cannot fail this. Now, I may not have gotten I got the compass that I need, but I didn't get the computer. I have a shield die. That's why I'm getting at is I could have rolled this with it. And I have a DNA automatic, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm sorry. This is like seriously bad retconning, but this is not something I can afford to fail. Now, what I wanted to do was pass the thing so I can gain a live specimen, because as you can see, I'm just 2 away from doing that. Oh, come on. I needed cards to let me re-roll more. That's what I needed. This is a bad retcon, because I already know the outcome, and I'm realizing I needed to add this die to the pool. I'll do it. Alright, so I got the shield that I'm looking for. So here we go. This thing gives me the DNA that I need. It also gives me another compass. The problem is I needed a computer screen, which I didn't get. So I don't get the the one live specimen discovery, which would have been necessary to succeed here. I also don't get the eyeball, which could have helped me do this one over here, which would give me 2 live specimen leads, which is what I need. But this plus the card I just flipped over gives me the DNA plus the shield. So that lets me gain 2 success tokens. That puts us up to 4. And we get all of our discoveries back. So that's what I was looking for, is this part here. So we have our 4 discoveries that we're looking for, and then the alien tech, and then the mineral. I just like, could I have done a prepare before I did this? I could have, but I needed to get out of Dodge. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really trying to squeeze this out because I want to make this work, and yeah, there's just not a way. I at least got these back, which is good. I already had to retcon to do that, so that's the part that's not good. I got the 2 success tokens. We're at 4. I would need 6 to make the rank up work. I mean, so technically we got that going. I would need 2 more. And then the whole thing gets replaced with a P000. And as you know, that is one of these. So the section is no longer going to happen. And then I have 1 action left, and of course I get to do the free move over, which all these dice are now exhausted. Had I succeeded in getting the live specimen lead, I actually would have been able to refresh a few dice. That was the part about it that also stunk. So now I draw an event card. There's no match, and yeah, everything is progressing, and we're going to get to the spot where these mites are going to kill us. So now it's the science officer. Science officer is way over here. We were going to do this check, but I'm not going to do it anymore. We just need to get out of Dodge. This P171 thing, I'm not sure I care. So this is a asteroid, so we get to move here for free. And then we have to get the eyeball check again. So let's do that. And I got my Vanguard, so that does succeed. Now, I have some stuff I could do here. I have the discard a discovery to gain 1 of another type. So I already have 4. The problem is in order for Evelyn to become veteran, I'm not allowed to have anything else, which is this alien and the mineral needs to go away. I could discard this right now just to get to allow every crew member gain a charge. This here, when unloaded, so right now I could do this to replace the mineral with another live specimen, and so that way I'm hopefully accomplishing the objective for everybody. I really do need alien tech leads. That's the problem. But if I'm going to accomplish these objectives, this would be nice. So yeah, I'll get rid of the mineral. And we're going to grab another stinking live specimen. And then I think the alien tech, we're going to discard to give everybody a charge. We'll do it a little bit later. And there's our famous 3-legged worm. He's back for action. And this card is discarded. I'll keep this for now, but we will discard it soon. I get this back. We do gain a live specimen lead. And that lead is a 0 with a refresh. And then we get to go anywhere we want. And of course, we're going to go to 6. And that is our second action, so the turn's over. So we draw the event. And again, all time tracks are going up by 1. We are running out of time. I just cannot... I'm not going to finish. I'm really not. These things are going to get us. So now I gotta. It's a security officer's turn. I need an eyeball. So we're gonna roll a strange or a wild child because it's the only way I can get an eyeball. Nope. We're gonna roll a red and a green because that's safer. We just need to move. We don't need the live specimen lead. And there we go. We got our red and green. So those get exhausted. And we go here. And I can't do the special action until all 4 of us are there. So I'm basically just going to do a prepare and draw a card, and I'm not going to do any dice checks or anything like that. I do have charges that let me draw cards that are already discarded, so I may do that at some point here. But I can do that instantly anytime that I need it, so I will wait. His turn's over. We're going to draw the event. And once again, we're not matching the biome, so we're running out of time. Engineer's turn. Engineer is very far away from getting there. We got to move 1 and then 2. This one, I have to pay a die. This one is free. So I'm going to get rid of the blue basic. And that's his whole turn. And that's the part that hurts because, I got to wait another whole round. So then we do this, and again, none of the biomes match. Time tracks go up by 1, and now we have to go to log 148. The things are going to eat us. I'm in trouble.
After action, incident report 96F.
Yes. Oh, reset the track.
We must walk around an unfriendly group of mites.
Each crew member in this sector exhausts 1 die. Oh, that was very kind. That was very, very kind. I can do that. So this resets back to 0. And then we have to exhaust a die. I don't know what to exhaust. We'll exhaust the wrench. Okay. Whew. All right. Technically speaking, we're at the end of the round, so I can change who goes first. So I'm actually going to change it so the engineer goes first. So basically, they're going to get to go again. And we do have an eyeball die, and so let's roll that right now. And this doesn't hurt us. The stupid accident does. I do have a reroll, so I'll play the card. There we go. We got the eyeball going. We do get it back. That gives us a live lead. We got another one of those. So the engineer does make it to here, but now there's nothing left to do. So we're going to draw a card. And we get a reroll anything, which is going to be very helpful. Engineer's turns over. Draw an event. Nothing happens. We don't even progress any time tracks. That's excellent. That might be the only copy of that card in the game. So now it's the recon officer's turn, and so this is a free move to there. Then we need an eyeball. Of course, I don't have an eyeball. So then we need a red and a green. So I will do exactly that. But I need an eyeball. Oh, I do. I do need an eyeball. I have a DNA, and if I can get an eyeball with that, I can do great things. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to exert. So I'm going to get rid of the shield to get all the dice back. And we're going to roll both of these. I'm rolling a whole lot here. Oh gosh, I rolled way better than I needed to. So, first of all, I got the eyeball. Secondly, this gives me the 2 live specimen leads that I need to go bing and bing. And I know I did that emphatically, but I just got veteran status with Joppy. And this happens immediately, by the way. So that little pickaxe thing becomes available right away. So he is now veteran. That's excellent. And I'm really pushing my luck here because he's got 3 exerted dice, and I just did all this nonsense. So this satisfied the mission. It does say I get to refresh 1 die that was used in this check. So which one am I going to bring back? I will bring back the arm, actually. Going to bring that back. I rolled that because of the red and green. I probably rolled too much. These 2 give me the eyeball and the DNA. I can just do that with this. That, like I said, gives me the 2 live specimen leads, so I'm going to draw my 2 tokens. So that gives me 2 points. That's not enough to actually draw one, but I'm close. And all these dice get exhausted, which that part's not good. I do have the scalp craft, which I could have used. I didn't even think about that. I could have done a bip, but that's okay. I can't do anything about it now. I am now here with everybody else. It is the end of my turn, but I'm at least there. Okay, so we're going to draw the event card. The only thing up there is the meteor, so time track goes up by 1. These little termites are getting angry. Okay, it's Science Officer's turn. So we got a lot to do here. First one is arm plus compass, or just 2 of any dice. And remember, other people can assist. If I do the arm plus the compass, I get to refresh a die. The problem is the Science Officer doesn't have a lot of reroll cards. She can reroll 1 die, and that's it. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm just going to roll the red and blue basic. And because I don't think I'm ever going to recreate this situation, I am going to get rid of this and give everybody 1 charge, which I know hurts because I need alien tech, but this is the only opportunity I'm ever going to get to promote the Science Officer, which I will get to do at the end as long as I have nothing but live specimens in my pool. And the unique discovery, of course, which is there. All right, these are reshuffled. I do need 2 more success tokens. I don't know if well, actually, I'm going to gain 1 right here, it looks like. So I need to be able to gain 1 other through some other means. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, I'm rolling these. And I got what I was looking for. So those get exhausted. I don't get to refresh a die, but I do gain a success token. So we're up to 5 now. And we replace this with P172. And then the problem I have is that the scientist can't do another special action. So as you can see, the climb, we're getting higher. So we have to climb to the top. And it's going to be a strength and a compass or 3 of any dice. And we need to have progress on this. Accidents are bad. So scientists can't do anything else, but what I can do is I'll draw a card. I'll at least do the prepare action. And you can see I got discard a charge to gain 2 leads of any type. I will go ahead and do that. In fact, I forgot to grab a charge for everybody when I discarded that tech. So let's do that. So the one thing I want to point out is that the recon can support other people on their dice checks, and then the dice stay in their active pool, although the recon's in trouble. But that's what their charges can be used for. And I got to remember that, because that could be very handy. The Science Officer can actually do that as well. I've been spending all the charges to get these lead tokens. And I don't know why I'm continuing to get specimens when I can't carry the ones I currently have. And there we go. I got a 2. So I did just power up. We got ourselves another card. And these refresh ones go back in the bag. And we got a blooming Luricephora. When unloaded, you can gain a strange flora. So that might make it good to unload a few of these. That turns into something else, so I don't have too many of the same thing. But I am live specimen crazy here. Okay, science turns over. Draw the event card. It is the asteroid and the pinwheel. Pinwheel happens. Lose one supply and roll a danger. There is no supplies, so we'll roll the danger. And that is C. And that one is a nothing burger. Normally it's bad, but not for C. Okay, so we got lucky there. It is now security officer's turn. And as you can see, we need muscle or compass to move this thing, or any 3 dice. I'm for sure going to try to do muscle and compass. So here's a muscle and a compass. Now, accidents do cause the bad track to move. I can re-roll 1 red and 1 blue die. That's not super thrilling for me. Oh, I got 3 charges, so I can grab. I'm actually going to put the wild child in as well. I don't think I need other people to help me. He does have a compass or a muscle. He would use one of his charges. Sure, I'll use one of his charges and his muscle's going to help. So let's roll his first. So I got a muscle from him, and that goes back into his active dice pool, because that's what the charge allowed him to do. So to just keep track, his die is giving us a +1. I've already committed my dice, because I was supposed to do that before I rolled, but I just wanted to denote that we have a success. And then here you can see this is 2 more successes. There, so bing and bing, and then this is a success, so that gets us to the end. And this would have been a bad thing, but that's okay. We don't get impacted by it. I think the biggest thing is that I'm exhausting 4 dice to do this. That was probably the largest drawback. So we made it to the end. This is P173, and it doesn't give you anything. It just says replace with P173. Which is called the top. So here, you must spend a red die. If a marker on your crew board, place a marker on your crew board. If all living members have a marker on their crew board, go to log 70. If you fail, you die. Isn't that crazy? Okay, security officer already did their special action. There's nothing left for them to do. They could prepare, or yeah, we'll just prepare. So I'm going to go ahead and get that, which lets me re-roll red dice. Now we go to the engineering officer. So I got to get to the top. And basically all of us have to get a marker to do this. So I'm going to spend a red die. And to do that, I need to do this. That does hurt me. That causes me to exert a die. So I will go ahead and exert. I'm going to exert the green basic. No, I'm going to exert the pickaxe. And so that's taken care of. And then this, of course, is all I needed to pass the test. So I get a charge for the engineer. So I'll just go ahead and put that on her forehead. So she's going to look like she's Hindu for a while. Okay. That was her one action. I don't know what else there is to do, so I will go ahead and just... I'm actually going to rest, which, if I spend this charge, I thought it said that she didn't have to spend any supplies. That's not what this says. Who has that one? That was the other engineer. Okay. There was an engineer that you don't have to spend a supply, and then that would have let me do a rest. I'll just prepare. We'll get another card back in our hand. Okay, that is done. And we basically got to go through everybody. So let's draw That matches, so we don't have to progress time tracks. Discard every lead token. I'm okay with that. There is a 1 on here, but we already got way more than we need. So no big deal. That's done. Next we go to Security Officer. Security Officer, of course, is extremely low on dice, but we only need a red, and the red passed. So that's exhausted, and Security Officer gets a success. He's now Hindu as well. And then we'll just do a prepare to draw a card, and that's it. Next, event card. I apologize. I'm trying to rush, and I can't. Okay, that's another match. Sacrifice to gain 3 life specimen leads or lose a supply. I'm not allowed to choose this option, so I have to do that one, and that blows. But sure. Which one am I going to sacrifice? I'll sacrifice not the pickaxe. I'm going to sacrifice the green basic. And then we get 3 live specimen leads. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. And look at that. We ended up getting another one. And then these go back in the bag. So we drew the 3. And now we got the veined tunicate. When unloaded, gain a success token. So, geez Louise, look at how many. Alright, now we got to do the red check. That's good enough for government work. We pass. She's now converted to Hindu as well. Next, event card. Progress time by 1. Done. Oh, I'm realizing something. What did I just do? The sacrifice to gain 3 specimen leads was... That was for the science officer, wasn't it? So how did we go and do the science officer's turn? That had to be for the recon. That was the recon officer. Okay. So I think the recon officer is the one that had to exert a die. Yeah, it was. That makes it even worse. Because the recon officer is already short on dice. But we're going to go ahead and get rid of the green basic. He's really low. Now, this is the science officer one. Discard an equipment and 1 discovery from the lander, or roll 2 danger dice. I'm okay with that, because one of the equipment is this thing that gives us supplies that we can't use. So we can't use that anyways. And then the discoveries, we got too many. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. By the way, there's only one other discovery card that was in the deck. So that's the only thing we didn't get, was this one. We got the entire deck of cards. Okay, that's done. I apologize. I've been rushing, and it's too... I just got to slow down and take it as we go. Last person is the security officer. Got to do this. I need to re-roll red dice. I'm going to discard a card that lets me re-roll a red die, because that's unacceptable. Going to re-roll any number of red dice. Discard the card. Finally, we got our Hindu. And this particular guy could have drawn cards from the discard pile, so he would have been able to re-roll as much as he needed to. He's actually quite powerful. We finally got all 4, so let's do log 70.
Grapple up, folks. The cavalry's here. Please repeat away, team. We're losing you.
Go higher, damn it! Your jet blast is cracking the surface!
We're detecting additional signatures on the mountaintop. What's happening there?
Crawling out of the woodwork! Repel up! Fast!
We're hit. I repeat, the evacuation craft is hit. They're shooting some organic webbing at us. The evac zone is compromised. I repeat, the evac zone is compromised. We're aborting.
No, wait. I'll draw their attention.
Negative, away team 2. Do not engage. I repeat, do not...
Get back here, damn it! The one without. Don't wait.
Do we have the unique discovery? Yes, we do.
Court-martial proceedings 3-5A.
Court-martial.
Await team testimony 3.
We were sure the defendant was going to die, fending off mites. But then, we noticed the container. The defendant cracked it open and spilled the royal jelly all over the mound's top. The mites immediately lost interest in us and rushed over to save every small drop of the slime. We were able to catch the defendant with one of the tethers and flew to safety. All members of the away team strongly believe the defendant should be acquitted of all charges, including disobeying the direct order and destroying a valuable sample. Instead, we recommend the defendant for the Medal of Bravery.
Discard mission card M52. Gain a success token, which that is extremely significant. And then, of course, we lose our unique discovery, which I've already explained to you guys several times. Full transparency, I read ahead and knew that this was something that needed to be done. Had I not had that that particular, we would have basically had to pick one crew member and they would have died. Is dying the end of the world? No. The fact that I would have lost a rank 2 would have hurt. So that part would have not been cool. So, you know, why am I trying so hard not to die? Well, because I don't want to. But the other aspect of this is that, like I said, the only thing I needed to know is that I can't ever return to this planet. And then I'm going to scour the planet for that unique discovery. So I would have done that if I would have just known that I can't return to this planet. But I knew I had more information, and that helped me to know that that saves me from dying. So my apologies. It's like, I know for some of you that ruins the game, like if you knew that kind of information before you... But for me, I don't have a problem with it. I enjoy playing this game without having people die. So it just it makes it more enjoyable to me to know that I just needed to stick it out. And look, we had no supplies and I made it. This particular one had me a little worried because look, he was down to 5 dice. But even with 4 sacrificed dice, I mean, here we are. We're at the end. All right, so we move. So Everstorm, the landing card, is gone from the game. I won't be able to land on this planet ever again. That's the information I was just telling you about. So that is sadness. Oh, now I got a card malfunction in the tray. All right. So I'm just putting that back. Oh, if it's removed from the game, I'll put it over here. Okay, done. Place the basic lander board next to the planet and put all the discoveries from the crew boards as well as your rank up card in the indicated board slot. So I don't know if you remember, but the basic lander lets me have 5 discoveries instead of 4. However, the lander mods actually went back into the awaiting bag. So technically I don't get the +1 like we did with our lander mod. So it's 5 no matter what. And congratulations, you completed this. Boy, was this a doozy. Are you on Everstorm? Yes. Yes. So open the book to page 25 and begin ship management. Wow, that was, you know, for a game where all you do is land and roll dice and do things, they are making this a little bit exciting. Like you can tell that they had to have play tested this pretty well. Was I ever at a risk of dying anywhere? I guess you could argue no. I mean, I did finish strong, but I still feel the tension, and feeling the tension is all I need to enjoy a game. I don't need to feel like I'm dying at every corner. what's the game? Space Hulk? It's an older game. I don't know how many of you have played that game. But Space Hulk, you roll one die, and I think, what is it, a 1 out of 6 chance, 2 out of 6 chance? Like, if you rolled that 1 or a 2, you just died. Like, there was nothing you can do. It didn't matter how much you loved your character, you just died. And it was like a brutal game. I mean, you'd set it up, play it, die in 10 minutes, and then spend another 20 minutes resetting it up again. There are games like that out there, and they are frustrating. And my buddy had Space Hulk, and I did spend a whole day playing it with him. I thought it was a decent game, but the whole fact that you can die at any moment it rattled me. And then another game that did that was Dead of Winter. So anytime you left your area, you had to roll to see if you got scratched, I think it was. And yeah, it was a 1 in 6 chance. If you got scratched, boom, your character becomes a zombie. Okay, well, I guess I'm out. I don't get to play anymore. You know, it was like that kind of thing. Very, very brutal. So Evelyn Castillo is going to go to veteran. So that part is excellent. We made it to the end. We had 4 living specimens and nothing else. So that is actually a really hard achievement. And we got the achievement with both of our characters. So she is now a veteran. And look, she's eyeball. So very interesting. And excited about that. Okay, now we can only take 5 of these. So let's figure out which 5 we're going to take. We are for sure going to take the ultra rare. That's 1. This one is rare, so we'll take that one for 2. So then we get to take 3 of these 4. This one lets us draw an alien tech discovery, which, as you know, I was very sad to get rid of one, but that's going to get it back. So I'm going to take that for 3. This one lets us get a flora, and this one gives us a project. So there's 4 and 5. This one, the 3-legged worm, it makes a fantastic bar joke, and it doesn't really do anything. So we're going to throw it back into the mix. There are literally just 2 cards, and it cracks me up. We have so many of these dang things, but we at least got the ultra rare and the rare, and we're ready when it comes to live specimens. But as you know, when we go to unload, some of these are going to convert into something else. So I'm just going to put these up here for now. And we got the rank up. We actually have this, plus we have the 6. We're going to get our first level 3, rank 3 characters, folks. And right there it is, 6 tokens. Wow, what a mission this was. So we're going to go to page 25. I already know that the lead tokens need to go back in the bag, so let's do that. Done. Somebody asked if this game had replayability. I honestly don't know the answer to that yet. I think yes, it does. I mean, you're going to know what to expect, so some of these things won't be as much of a surprise. Like, for example, the next time I go to Everstorm, I'm bringing level 1 characters. Because I don't care if they die. I'm going to just bring them. But at the same time, I don't know. I really, really don't. Like, in the log, it was asking you if you had a pet that you get to return it and, like, what to do with your pet. We haven't unlocked pets at all yet. So, like, I don't know what we're missing to get pets out. Heck, it's even an expansion. We paid for extra miniatures, and I still don't have any pets. So that drives me a little bit nuts. But anyways, let's go, and we're leaving the planet. All the components are going to get cleaned up. There's nothing to save for this one. So we're going to go straight to docking. The one thing we do get to put away is, like, for example, these P cards. They're going to go away. So let me do that. This one's a P0, and then I got P75 here, which is really just a generic treacherous landing place. Okay, done. All right, was the mission a failure? Nope. Discard excess discoveries, we did that. Assemble our crew members. So I'm basically just pulling the big stack of doom to us. We got ourselves a lot of crew members. Then we go to debriefing. Promote our crew members. Dun, da, da, da. We get to do it. So here we go. How many rank 3s can we have, by the way? We can have 2. So by going up to rank 3, we are opening the door now to have another set of rank 2s. So that means I gotta send some level 1 noobs out. And I'm just grabbing the sleeves at the moment. Alright, so Cho Jae-young, who is a veteran, is now a rank 3 veteran. And we get to use the rank 3 cards now with her, which I've never even looked at the rank 3 cards. So that's just an amazing thing within itself. There's a whole set of section cards we never got to use before. So that's the rank 2 ones we haven't been using. Oh, none of those. During a dice check, move 2 to the spent pool and turn 1 other to the result with bracket. So basically you're getting a guaranteed result. Discard 1 extra card to take a small equipment card from the armory. So you just get an extra piece of equipment. If you're in a sector with mission equipment, discard 1 card to refresh 4 dice. If you're in a sector with mission equipment, reroll. They're okay. They weren't, like, I'm not thinking, oh my gosh, now that I'm level 3, this is amazing. They're okay. Like, I don't even know what cards I would get rid of to get those, but I think the ones that let you get the exact result you're looking for, it's probably better than I've been poo-pooing those particular cards, largely because I don't want to exhaust. Like, you leave a lot of spent dice when you do that. But I think there's some power in it because I'm trying to get specific rolls and I keep failing sometimes. All right, so Riku, now level 3. Security officer. And then we got Joppy, who Joppy's mission was really tough. So the fact that he made his mission, and so not only did they become veteran, but he became level 3. So that was quite the achievement. We got 4 veterans here, and they made it to level 3. And I put Cho Jae-young in the wrong sleeve. She's an engineer, not a science officer. And then Evelyn is now a level 3 science officer. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, even if the cards aren't all that great, I'm just excited that I was able to do it. Okay, so we got to create the success pool. We add 6 more, and then we can buy or sell dice. And I can spend 9 to buy a die. And sure enough, I have that here. So all I have to do is take 3 out of the bag. And you can see I actually still have 4 left. So we can buy another die. I don't want to buy more dice, but we will. And the rank up card is out of the game. This was a good one to get rid of too. Like getting 3 live specimen leads, not the best to do. Okay. So engineer. As you can see, we're all the way down to here. This would require a level 3 rank character. We got spots for rank 2 here and here. We already have the eyeball. The engineer basically has everything. Doesn't have the muscle or the shield for red. And then for green, doesn't have the DNA. So we're going to give the engineer a DNA. Done. For the security officer, let me get everything situated here. We got the muscle, the compass. That's a basic. We got 2 wild childs. We took a wrench. So I'm going to take either a green or a blue. So I'm going to take a green eyeball, I think. Yeah, it's going to be an eyeball. Then for the recon officer, I'm just looking at my situation, and I can take a green or a blue with the recon officer. I could have taken an eyeball maybe with that one. Let me think about this. So if I don't take an eyeball with him, what else would I take? I would take a science. There we go. We'll do that. Then for the recon officer, we're going to give him the eyeball. Then for the scientist, as you can see, we got the 2 reds. We got some blues. And then as far as like where do I have room, these are both rank 3. This is rank 2. Rank 2. So I could take a blue or a red for the science officer. And I think for the science officer, oh, I already have a computer monitor. I already have a pickaxe. I could take a muscle or a shield. The compass would be nice, but that would require rank 3, so I wouldn't get to use it with most of my guys. Oh. I was going to say I was going to take another science symbol, but can't do that either. I should maybe take a wrench, or because she doesn't have a wrench. A wrench or a computer monitor, one of them. I mean, the red dice would be helpful as well. I guess I shouldn't assume just because you're a science officer you don't need a red die. So with that in mind, I'll take a shield for the science officer. Okay, done. We just bought one. And now we're going to unloading. And we don't have a unique discovery. By the way, there is no spot for anything above 32. So that was another clue. When we grabbed 33 and you saw that 33 was written on the board, you knew it was something you had to use. So that was another clue right there. Okay, nothing unique is coming in, so we don't get any bonuses here, but we do get to unload. And as we said, some of these are giving us something. So this is going to give us a strange flora. So I'm going to do that. This one gives us R11, and this one gives us an alien tech. So I'm going to shuffle these into here. So that's done. I'm going to grab R11 before I forget the number. Okay, I'm just going to add that here. And then we get a strange flora. I'll grab from the top. And an alien tech I also grab from the top. I just found another point of interest I need to put away. 1 second. All right, alien tech. Solid superconductor. When unloaded, you may discard this card to place 2 energy. Well, we're not unloading per se. And then the strange flora, we got the sentient mycelium. Okay, we got a nice group of stuff. And we are done. We get to store the lander. That's fine. And now that takes us to the ship phase. I'm at 1 hour and 3. We're going to barrel. We're going to keep going. So let's go back to the bridge. So that means I have to unload everything in the awaiting bag, which is nothing but the situation. So there's no bridge cards to install. There's people walking their dog. Oh my, you're such a mean girl. All right. We get 5 plus 1. We get 6 energy. So I'm going to dump these right here. We get 2, 4, 6 energy. We get 3 command plus 1 for the high morale. So there's 4 command tokens. Done and done. Then we check our situation. So we got this jerk. It's going to make us lose 2 energy. So I'm going to put 2 of these energy and put them back in the thing. And then we keep it. So I'm just going to put it right back into the the bag because we can't get rid of it. Excuse me. And then we gotta grab another situation. Right, and we are grabbing illegal power diversion. So if we don't do anything with this, we lose 1 energy and it gets shuffled back into possible situations, or we lower morale, or if we solve it, it just gets shuffled in. So I just got to decide what I'm going to do with that. Do I want to spend a command token to save an energy later? That's the question. That's actually a difficult one to answer. Yeah. Very difficult to answer. Okay, so we revealed our new situations. Now we go to the star map. And this is how we fly to our new places. And I think you remember the plan, but let's refresh you. The plan has been that, because we're not here, we're actually here, we need to get to this MP212 sector. So you can see that's going to cost 2 energy, but we have that bridge card that reduces the cost by 1. So we're going to spend 1 energy to go to MP212, which is on page 8. So we're going back. So here we go, MP212. Now let's take a look. We have 3 energy left right now, but you can see there's nowhere to land. So this is a bit of a problem. We can go here, spend 3 energy to gain a command token. We can spend 3 energy to go to log 306. But I don't know if that's going to help us. And there's nowhere to land, so we got to keep going. So we're going to have to spend more. Like Kepler 831, you can see is going to cost 1 energy. So I'm going to spend that now because we have to at least get to Kepler 831. So that means I have 2 energy to spend, and I can't do either of these actions. Kepler 831, if we were to get there, we got to plan this out, of course. To land at Kepler 831 is 0, so that's free. So those 2 energy I have can be spent, but look, you get right here. Assign 2 rank 2 crew members to gain a success token. Draw a strange flora discovery and move it to gather discoveries. So those are both 2 energy. So we could just go there and do that. But then there's this. MP212D. A ring of planets amplifies the light of the sun. The science section discovered a spot above the rings where we could rapidly recharge our batteries. But doing so more than once would be too risky. It's 0 energy. So we're going to do that. It's log 207. Okay, gain 2 energy. That's excellent. And then move card A15 from lander mods to... Oh, we got a lander mod? That's cool. What did we get? Sorry, someone's here. Okay, so I'm back. Dog is settled down again. I gained the 2 energy, so we're up to 4. Then it's saying I can assign 3 crew members to gain 1. I have plenty to spare, so it's just a matter of I just don't want to lose crew members that have symbols that I might need later. So the first thing, of course, is who's going to go in the next mission. I'm thinking I want to send some rank 1 people. So there's a 1. There's an engineer. There's a scientist. Oh, that's another engineer. That's pretty good. Sorry. There's no harm in letting you see what I'm doing. I grabbed these 2. This is an engineer that can spend a charge to take equipment from the armory. This one, when you gain a success token, you can spend 2 charges to gain 1 more. I mean, how powerful is that? That's pretty powerful. So we definitely want that. This particular person, You can spend a charge to gain a discovery from a deck if there's 2. And so you don't need to have 3 points. You just need 2. So that's actually really good, but we already picked our engineer. We do need a recon and a security. So spend a charge to draw 2 cards from your section deck. That's, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a pretty solid thing. So let's put it aside. And, oh, Rika's awesome, but she's already a rank 2. Here we go. Spend a charge to roll 1 from your spent pool and add it to your roll pool. I think that's always really good, so we'll set that aside. This one's already rank 2. When any crew member would gain an injury, you can spend a charge to discard it instead. Always a good one. Before and after an action, spend a charge, roll a danger die, move to a connector, ignoring the path. I'm okay with, I actually like this one. So then it becomes a question of which of the 2 do I prefer. This lets me roll dice from my spent pool and add it to my roll pool. So that's really good. They're both good. Preventing injuries is also good. But I'm going to take these 2. I'm going to leave these guys. So now, which 3 am I going to deal with? I'm going to send a pickaxe because we don't seem to need those. I can send the level 2 people because I don't need them for this mission. So we'll send this pickaxe, another pickaxe, and a computer. We'll send, so these 3 guys I'm going to send to get 1 more energy. I don't even know if I need 1 more energy, but we'll do it. Because I just feel like I always have a surplus of guys to spend here. So I got my 4 I'm going to send on the mission. I'm actually sending noobs, rank 1, on this next mission. But, okay, so we did that. Done. Alright, now, here's where it gets interesting. I already spent my 1 energy to move to Kepler, so we got that covered. I am sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energy. I could spend 3 to do one of these. I can gain an extra command token, or I could do log 306. Also, we got our landing cards. So if we're, for example, Kepler 831, I don't even know what one Kepler 831 is. The landing is on, it's a log. And it requires bridge upgrade B03 and go to log 504. So I don't know if I'm actually landing on that one. So interesting. I don't know what the landing card's going to be. So that's interesting. Because what I was trying to do, like, for example, if it's Atra Pro, see, look, I don't even need energy for that. Look at this one. I don't need energy. But I have no idea which one I'm actually landing at, so that doesn't help. Okay, well, I'll put these back. Can't look ahead and plan that out. And I got cards that are not cooperating. 1 second. Sorry, my tray has so many cards removed that sometimes they fall completely over, and it became quite a mess. Okay, so I don't know how many we need for the lander card itself. So I am going to spend 3, and let's do log 306. So the ones that have the log on them, I'm always curious. Like, I don't want to leave those behind because we don't know what the reward is. This one I can pass on. I don't need the command token so badly. But 306...
MP212 Mermaid Experiment.
The unusual spectrum of the mermaid star warranted further study. The light of the star didn't create favorable conditions for the development of complex life. It hindered observations of other planetary systems and stars. Perhaps its only saving grace was that it proved aesthetically pleasing to many crew members, who spent so many hours on the observation deck watching MP212, apparently mesmerized by its shifting glow, that Dr. Bell began to worry.
So they didn't read the rest of this. Some of the minerals found. We passed the mineral to engineering so they could include it in their devices. Move card A19 from lander mods. So we got yet another lander mod. We got a lot of lander mods. Oh, check this one out. 1 armor, 2 comms, and 1 agility. That's an excellent one. Okay, that was worth it. Much, much, much worth it. And you just get that off of some strange thing in the middle of a planetless solar system. That's pretty funny. Okay, so I got 2 energy. We're going to go to page 10 now. And as you can see, this is the Kepler 831, which is our objective. There are things to do here that cost energy. So this one costs 2 energy. We can assign 2 rank 2 crew members to gain a success token. I'm not hurting for success tokens at the moment. And then this one down here would give us a strange flora discovery. I'm not even hurting for that either. But I do have 2 energy. My only question is should I have spent the 2 energy to do this landing? I just don't know, like, what exactly are we going to be landing on? Because there's no... I know that there's a Kepler 831 planet, because if you go through the planet page, and that's what I'm looking at here, there's the cousin. There's actually even a planet that's the ISS Vanguard, so something's going to happen on our ship at some point. Operation Lone Wolf, Edemian Cabal, Muspelheim, Aggregator Craft World. Well, there's several of those. Fetch, Visitor's World. Oh, I don't even know where that's from. Eden, which is not spelled the way we spell Eden. And then this Thorn Zitkov, and then the Builder's Vault. So actually, no, I don't see... Okay, I'll stop looking ahead. So yeah, I'm going to spend our 2 energy, because it looks like we got 2 energy left over, to get the strange flora discovery, just because there's never too much discovery. So here we go. We got 1. It's added to our mix. And now we're going to try to land. So we need B03. I'm pretty darn sure we have it. Otherwise, we wouldn't even have this mission. I'll go check real quick. Yes, B03 is the long-range detection. And this is go to Kepler 831 system and look for the cluster of signals. So we're going to do 504, which should give us the credit for our objective here. Yes.
We're approaching the signal cluster, but the asteroids still obscure the source. I don't like that, Captain. Why would the builders leave that many steels in such a barren, lifeless place?
I know, Doctor, but we can't afford to ignore the signal. It could boost our research by decades, and the clock is ticking for all of Earth. I have everyone and everything on high alert. We should be okay.
Captain, we have a visual. The signal is coming from this moon-sized object. Look at these bulbous parts, Captain. This looks too much like irrigator technology. We should... It's powering up. And launching interceptors.
Warning. Unidentified objects on collision course.
Begin evasive maneuvers. Let's get out of here.
Captain, more signatures incoming from starboard and port.
Missiles?
No. These look more like... transport ships.
Battle stations!
Oh my gosh.
Battle stations! We're about to be boarded!
All right. Well, that's that ISS Vanguard page I was just telling you about. Your away team is about to take part in the defense of their ship. This will be a full-size exploration. Ensure you have plenty of time to play this surprise mission. Okay.
This is your captain speaking. We're under Despite the efforts of our security personnel, ISS Vanguard has been breached by hostile forces. We have several fire teams defending critical locations on the decks. The bridge is knocked out. Repeat, the bridge is knocked out. We're doing what we can to repair it. All civilian personnel should evacuate to the forward part of the ship. All section operatives should report to their leaders for assignments. Stay strong. We will get through this.
Okay. One thing I'm realizing while these logs are playing, the crew members that went on the last mission are in the resting. The engineer was wounded, and I forgot to do the med bay step. So we actually have some crew members that are coming out of med bay. And technically I wasn't supposed to know we're being attacked and all that stuff, but that's neither here nor there. The point I'm trying to make is that we skipped a step here. So way back here, somewhere back here, is the med bay. And you can see these are our injuries, right? Two of them are coming out of injury. So like if I want to get my better crew members out because we're being attacked and I want to make this count, I'm just trying to say that I have the possibility to do that here. Because this is moving up. She's injured, right? So she's going to go into the pool like this. But if I want Reeve back, for example, all I have to do is apply my big stack of crew members. I just have to assign one, and I can get my my level 2 guys back. But these two are actually in my pool because they came out of med bay. But I'm actually going to leave Reeve where he is. I think I may still want to just assign level 1 crew members to this mission. So, anyways, there you go. The medbay portion is done. We do have some extra crew members available to us for all these other things that we're trying to do. The battle begins. Before you begin preparations, please be aware failure will be very costly. Use the best crew members you have. Okay, maybe I should have medbayed the other ones. Expect to face dangerous threats and risk many injuries. You've had no time to arm yourself. Equipment won't be available, but you will be able to find it later. In combat, there will be few opportunities to draw leads. Being able to relocate from one section of the ship to another will help you coordinate the defense better. You have nowhere to evacuate to. This mission has special evac rules. Crew members will have to fight until they die, in which case they will be replaced by other crew members and the mission will continue. Perform the following steps to begin the defense. Return all the situation cards from the table to possible and shuffle them. Let's see. Would these have... Oh, they would have been on the table. So that one, hunger one, is finally put back into the possible. So I got rid of that stupid hunger one. That's excellent. I'm happy with that. So the situations all go away. So we don't have any situations happening to us. That makes sense because I don't have, I have all these command tokens. Discard all energy and command tokens. I didn't get to use any of them. Move all success tokens to the success bag. Done. Close and store the ship book. Close and store the maps book. All right, so that means that everything else that we have needs to be put away. So all my lander cards, everything that I got there. We're not going to get to do a production step or a research step or anything like that this time. Damn you, Kepler 831. So no ship phase for you. Alright, done and done. The lander mods and the research I will put back in the awaiting bag. I had all this stuff out because I was assuming we were going to get to do a ship phase. Pick crew members from their hand. You only pick one from each section, but you may never pick fewer than 2. If players fail to appoint at least 2 crew members, the security section player makes a choice. Place the crew members on the appropriate crew boards and fill the crew boards with section dice. You may never have more dice than your board slots allow. Each player places a starting number of charges. Okay, so let's do this first. We got to select who's going. And I had 4 level 1s selected. They're saying to bring your best, which that would imply we need our level 2s. But I'm sort of the belief that if these people are going to be dying, I'd rather it be the level 1s that die. Or I want the level 1s to be the ones that rank up. I'm actually thinking the opposite. I'm thinking I'm going to send my level 1s to do this mission. So, yeah, that's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to send my level 1s. I know that means that they don't get to use all their dice, because I bought way more dice than they can actually use. But part of the reason I need the level 1s to go is because I want them to rank up. Now, they're saying you can pick only 1 from each section. Oh, the never pick fewer than 2. They just mean 2 sections. Okay, got it. Then I got to make sure their charges are correct. Done, done, done and done. Okay, that's done. I got all these other players or crew members available. They said you get to possibly pick more. I'll put them in their own special pile instead of the resting section, but I'm going to assume they're resting for now. Create section deck of 10. Can't go higher. And then, of course, we have to choose our dice, too. So, for example, since this guy's rank 1, I can't do a section 2 die for blue or green. So I got to get rid of one of these. So I'm going to get rid of the science die. And for the green, I will get rid of the basic. I don't have to take a basic. Go ahead and make me. All right, so I got to do this with every character. So for the security officer, I got 1 extra red that I need. So I'm going to get rid of... Ooh, that's a tough choice. I also have 1 extra blue, and I'll get rid of the blue basic. But for the red one, I'll get rid of the red basic. And then, coming over here to the recon, I got the same choice. I'm going to get rid of the green basic. And then I got to get rid of I'll get rid of the red basic. I actually think the shield and the arm strength is going to be handy. So I'm going to keep the shield for the science officer and get rid of the red basic. And then for the green, we'll get rid of the green basic. So the one problem with picking level 1 characters, I get a lot less dice. So I don't know, I could be making an extremely poor choice here. It is telling me to pack up our book, so I will do that. Get this out of the way. The other thing I got to do is my section cards. I got to get all the level 2 cards out of the decks. So I'm going to save you some time. I'm going to pause for this step. Okay, so I changed their deck of cards to section level 1 only. The hand limit is only 2, so they only drew 2 cards. I have all the dice removed, so they have to start with 2 less dice. All their equipment is set aside, because technically they start with no equipment. Over here, I just turn them over. And then as they unlock them, I didn't bother putting them all away because this is the equipment I prefer to use with these characters, so I just wanted to keep them out. Like I said, I may have made a huge mistake by taking newbies on this mission. I personally think that if they're going to get a lot of injuries and potentially die, I'd rather the newbies die. Also, they'll be in medbay for a lot of turns, so I'd rather the newbies be in medbay. So I'm going on and on with I'm going to send the red shirts to go defend. I know that sounds awkward, but that's sort of where my mind is. So that's what I did. I got everything going. We drew up to our limit, and now let's keep reading. We do not draw a rank up card. Crew members who survive will rank up based on their performance in this scenario. Oh my gosh, I should have sent level 2 guys. I could have gotten a rank 3 for free. Well, okay, fair enough. Do not take any equipment cards. Record your current planet board. There's nothing to record because we're never coming back. They're just telling you what to do. Open the Planetopedia to ISS Vanguard. I was just commenting that we had our own ship, and then sure enough, look at what's happening. So, page 20, I think it said. Yes. So here we go. We got the ISS Vanguard is the planet, technically. All right, here's what it says. Set the supply track on the planet board to 8. So we have 8 supplies. Done. Take any remaining available crew members and resting crew of each section and place them in the indicated spaces under the planet board. So it's available and resting. Interesting. These crew members will be able to contribute to your efforts and may die if you choose to sacrifice them. Oh my gosh, what kind of mission is this? All right, so let's sort these out. We got security, recon. Here, I'm going to move the camera out of the way so I can get my hands more available here. Science, engineering. I just got to get them sorted here. All right. Okay, so we got the security officers, we got the science, we have the engineers, and we have the recon. And I got some pretty high-ranking stuff here. So let's see. Add 2 markers to the enemy advantage slot on the right side of the board. Enemy advantage. Oh, okay. So you can see there's this enemy advantage. So they're saying put 2 markers here. If there are 10 or more markers in this slot, go to 147. Okay, that's not good. We already got 2. Shuffle the event deck and place it next to the planet board. Well, you know how that works. I got it over here to my right, so it's easier to reach. But I will shuffle the event deck. So while I'm shuffling the event deck, I'll read the next one. Populate the right side of the planet board with the indicated unique discoveries face down. Okay, so it looks like we're going to get 8 and 11. Oh, there's unique discoveries on our ship? This is insane. Okay. All right, I'm still shuffling the event deck. So let me get this done. So 8 and 11 are coming out. Eight and 11 Gosh, I wish I would have brought level 2 now, because that free rank up is the part that has me excited. Getting ranked up to level 3 is hard. But, okay. See, now, if I ever I played this again, now I know. And so it'd be like, okay, rank 2, let's go. Let's go! Okay, take 3 global G11. So let me grab the G11s here. 1, 2, 3 of them. Shuffle them and place them face up in a stack. Under global conditions. We got that. And we start with a moment of calm. I don't know if that's good to have as the first one. Okay, place card P244 in Sector 1. Got it? P244 is a damaged bridge. That goes in Sector 1, which is here. Okay, done. Place card P233. Oh, there's more than one P233. There's a lot more than one P233. So that means I got to shuffle and pick one. Alright, so the one I ended up getting is the Aggregator Assault. This goes into Sector 4 and a time token in the first slot. So I put it here in Sector 4 and time token in the first slot. I would assume there. Of the time track. 235 in Sector 5. There's only one of those. We got the Armory that lets you equip yourself. That is in Sector 5. So that goes here. And then place card 233 on top of that. Oh, 233 is another one of those ones that we had to shuffle. So it's another Aggregator Assault. But nothing on that time track. Place card 236 in Sector 6. 236 is the Medbay. That goes in Sector 6. And then a 233 on top of that. How much you want to bet they're all the same and I shuffled them for nothing? But no time token on this one. And place M101 mission card in the indicated slot. Aggregator strike teams are moving throughout the ship. We must stop them. Remove all P233 cards from the planet board. The order in which you clear sectors have large impact. Sector 5 will let you rearm. 6 will let you add more crew members. And 4 will let you launch an interceptor. Interesting. Okay, so that's our mission. I guess the mission sort of goes... I'll just put it over here. It's a little bit off the board. Okay, shuffle all 5 discovery decks. That's done. If they're not already there, take them. Place the lead bag, ensure it contains the tokens. That's done. Injuries are ready. Each crew member takes a turn on their crew board. Turn available sides up. Each crew member draws section cards. The recon section player chooses who goes first. And that's it. Holy cow. Okay, so where do we start, though? I don't think it said where we start. And I don't see a lander icon anywhere, do you? I'm assuming we start on the bridge. Largely because the bridge has this thing that says you can't leave the space. So I'm assuming that we start on Sector 1. And I somehow missed that. And it is a thing to keep missing what they tell you. So I'm going to assume we start here. What else? I think I can check that real quick. I just don't know what log I need to go look up. That's my issue. Yeah, alright, so I'm going to end the video though. And on the next video, we will start this mission. And yeah, we got to decide who goes first. And whoever goes first is going to be... We have to help the engineer. We have to basically repair the bridge. And then we can get out of here. And, I mean, it is possible I'm supposed to start somewhere else. But if there is, I don't know where. So, thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome.